Well, maybe something with Genesis. No, no. He showed in a video. He more or less has everything with Genesis. What about Japanese pressing of ABBA? But it's a little hard to get. I don't know. No, that one's good. Oh, hi, Robert Z and YouTube Vinyl Community. Hello there. This is a response to your less than 100 subscribers contest, Robert. Nice try. You have passed 100 by now. I'm pretty sure about that. But this was a hard question that you had for your contest, Robert. You wanted us to build your wish list, which is what I tried to do. But it's not easy to know what you have and don't have. But after some very hard thinking, as you could see, I decided that I might do a total Swedish entry with Swedish artists singing in English. Maybe they aren't all that easy to find, but there are Discogs, there are Amazon, there are places to find it even nowadays, even if you're not in Sweden, so I hope you can manage to find them somehow. First of all, of course, the only thing here when it comes to record that isn't Swedish, it would be wrong not to recommend some Depeche Mode, would it? Of course, we're going to have some Depeche Mode, Robert. And I was thinking of this time recommend some live albums. I suppose that you have heard of 101, the classic Depeche Mode album. But I think that I should recommend some records with Depeche Mode live albums that are a little bit newer. Here is a real nice set, 3 CD set, or should I say, it is 1 DVD and 2 CD set. Tour of the Universe, Barcelona. This is released, of course, after the Sons of the Universe album. Get a look at this. You get a DVD with a concert from Barcelona in 2009, and I hope you can have a chance to watch Depeche Mode live in concert through DVD or YouTube or something, or I don't know, live maybe, but to see it, because it's fantastic, especially to see the singer Dave Gahan. He is have a real energy on stage. He's everywhere. He's running like a madman all over the stage, and has a fantastic connection with the audience. Now this one is a little bit older, so he can't run that much, but he still has a whole lot of energy here in this concert. So and it contains all of the classics. Take a look at this, and bonus tracks also. But you also get the concert on 2 CDs. So it's fantastic to have this great box set. And if you want even newer than that, we have Live in Berlin soundtrack, released in 2014 for the Delta Machine album. This is not a DVD, but it's a fantastic 2 CD box sets, 2 CDs with concert. I bought this for just $5 actually on Ginza. So real great. Now let's move to my theme of Swedish music, and sticking with some synth pop style. In the beginning of the 00s, there was a huge revival in Sweden for Swedish synth pop. There were some kind of a new generation of synth pop bands all of a sudden popping up, and we got bands that all of a sudden got hits, which was very surprising. There wasn't synth pop in Sweden had more or less all the time been an underground genre that not reached the high positions of the Swedish hit charts after 1985. But in 2003, there all of a sudden came a band called Kamera, or Kamera. And this is the self-titled debut. I think they only released 3 or 4 albums. I have all of them. And this is really great. This is Swedish synth pop with great production and great melodies, refrains that very easy to remember. The hits here is Fragile, it's a great song, and At Work also, their breakthrough hit. Really great band. And many times those underground Swedish synth pops bands, they have a reputation of having fantastic sense for synth pop, but not all that great singers. But the singer here actually does a great work, so he's a real great singer. So synth pop for some kind of a modern age, you might call it, and real great one, Kamera. I debated with myself if I would go into have music in the background, but I felt like then I have to talk so loud to talk over the music, and I felt like I put some links to songs in the description area from YouTube that you can listen to the songs in peace. Actually, I think that is better. Synth pop from the 80s I mentioned. There were some synth pop band that was real big in the 80s, or should I say the first half of the 80s. You had Swedish names like Lustans Lakejer, and you had Ratata. A band that was more forgotten, but that have unfortunately only released 1 album, but that they really left a mark on me because they are so extremely great. That is a band called Fake. Fake consisted of 2 men and this woman, Ulrika Örn, who started off as an actress but ended up as a singer and nowadays also a music producer for Swedish television, if I'm not wrong. This album is somewhere laying in ABC. Some songs reminds of ABC, maybe some of Heaven 17, and somewhere in those, maybe a little Spandau Ballet, in those bands' music genres is Swedish group Fake, and I really like how the singers actually, the female and the male singer, they really have so great singing together, especially in a song called Arabian Toys that I will try to have in the description. So this is a real great album. The album is called New Art and the group's name is Fake. I think I'm stepping away a bit now from the synth pop, but sticking in the 80s, the late 80s. Call this more like indie pop. And this is a Swedish band that I really like. A band called Lolita Pop. And this is their album Love Poison from 1989. Lolita Pop is what you might call maybe a Swedish The Pretenders, with a real great singer in front, surrounded with male instrumentalists. It is this blonde girl here, Karin Wistrand, and you might call them their style a little bit of Pretender style. This album is they started off with as a band that sang in Swedish, sang real great Swedish new wave indie pop style in Swedish. In the late 80s they started to sing in English. This is from 1989, as I said, and this contains a real great summer hit that they had in 1989 called Tarzan on a Big Red Scooter. Also a real great song that I really think that one might be one of the songs that breathes most Pretenders in the style. A song called Hey Winner that also was a great hit here in Sweden. So Lolita Pop, Love Poison, real great pop rock album from the late 80s. I mentioned one girl before that I really like, a girl who is more in the style of rock, blues rock style. Started off also singing in Swedish in the late 80s, and then started to sing in English most of the time. I'm talking about Louise Hoffsten, and this is her album. I think this is her first album in English, actually. Message of Love from 1991. Louise Hoffsten has a real great voice, and she's a fantastic composer, musician. She plays harmonica, she plays guitar fantastic, she has a fantastic rock voice. Here this hit here is A Message of Love. You have Slow Burn, who was a real great song. And she also sings a real nice version of the so classic Warm and Tender Love. So Louise Hoffsten, a real fantastic and kind of gorgeous girl too. So great album, Message of Love, Louise Hoffsten. And finally, I would recommend something, not with ABBA, because I don't have all that much ABBA, but I have said before that I little prefer the ABBA members before they were in ABBA, because in the early 70s, in the 60s, they sang real cute and great little easy listening pop style, schlagers, and most of all I think I like Agnetha Fältskog when she was very young, and she did and she had a real great success as a solo artist. This is her second solo album. It's called Volume 2, Agnetha Fältskog Volume 2, and this is a very cute album, cute but at the same time a little sad, and she sings cute Schlager melodies with maybe sometimes a little sad lyrics, but just a real great singing voice. And this is the only one that I'm showing that is not in English. This is in Swedish actually, but it's Agnetha Fältskog from ABBA, and it is when I thought she was the best. The hit here was a song called Zigenarvän, Zigenarvän, Gypsy Friend. Was a great hit here, and real great album, real great and cute 60s Schlager, easy listening pop album. So, Robert, I hope that you have written it down with a pen or maybe in your papers and taken notice, starting to maybe Google them and see if you can find them on the internet or something like that. Start by listening to this links in the description area first, so you can hear if you like what you hear. So Robert, congratulations to your subscribers. I know that you will have way more. I'm really looking forward to see more videos from you, my friend. You have ever since I started with the vinyl community, you have been real great friend to me and my channel, and really wish you and your family the best and your channel. So until next time, I hope that you, Robert, and everybody else have a real nice time. It will be a vinyl and CD update soon for March, so that one will most likely be next. So take care, everybody, and see ya.